Hello, welcome to Well Balanced Kids Jungle Sequence, yoga sequence. So I hope you've done your sun salutations and warmed up your body before this yoga sequence, because we are going for a trip into the jungle today and we want your body to be nicely warmed up so that you're ready to become all the jungle animals. So Rosa, can you tell me what your favourite jungle animal is?
Probably the monkey.
I wonder why that is.
Because it's cheeky and it likes bananas in the store.
Bit like you then, really. Yeah, very cheeky. My favourite jungle animal, I think, it's hard to choose. There's so many great ones. I love tigers. I do love tigers. I love elephants, but I also really love parrots.
I wonder why that is.
They're so colourful and they're just amazing when you see them as a flash of colour flying through the trees.
What about the chameleon?
Oh, and there's chameleons. Oh, there's just so many. Well, we're going to have some fun doing some jungle poses today. So the very first one we're going to do is the tiger pose. So for tiger pose, we start off in tabletop pose. So tabletop pose, we need to make sure that our wrists are beneath our shoulders and our knees are beneath our hips and our backs are nice and straight as if we were a table and we're looking straight down. And then this can be a bit tricky. We need to coordinate. So we need to bring up one arm and the opposite leg. If you bring up both the same arm and the same leg, you could fall over. Okay, so swap from one side to the other. And you can keep walking slowly like a tiger, walking slowly through the jungle. What noise does a tiger make, Rosa? That's an interesting tiger noise. I think we need to listen to some tiger noises. Oh, a rather angry tiger, I think. And we can do, if that feels kind of easy and you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, you can do extended tiger pose when you take up one arm, one leg, and then you clutch your arm and leg and you bring yourself up. So you curve yourself up, like so. And do it with the other side. So arm, leg, bring yourself up. And down we come. Try not to overbalance like that. All right, let's leave that pose for now.
Oh, wow.
So we're going to do your favourite animal, Rosa. Nice monkey pose. And you can have a bit of fun with monkey pose. So stand up. And I'm going to do this side on so you can see what I'm doing. My feet are hip width apart. And then I'm going to tuck my fingers underneath my toes. So you'll probably have to bend your knees to do that. And just let your head hang. And you can just bounce a little bit for tiger, for monkey rather. And if you want, you can make some monkey noises. Oh, I definitely feel like I'm with the monkeys now. And maybe you want to turn it into gorilla pose, where you just lift your arms up and swing your arms as if you are a gorilla. And really feel the weight of your head here.
This is relaxing.
It is relaxing, isn't it? Feel how your shoulders just sink. And you might want to just circle your arms so that your arms can become free in their shoulder sockets. It's really good if you've got any shoulder problems, just letting gravity swing your arms around in circles. And don't forget to do it the other way. And just let your head hang loose, maybe give your head a little shake.
And don't forget to do noises.
And by all means, do as many monkey or gorilla noises as you like. Oh, I definitely feel like we're in the jungle now. And slowly, like you're coming up like a tortoise, slowly build yourself back up. Wow, I like those monkeys. They were good fun. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah. I like swinging them. I wish I could do it all day.
I like that. Okay, so next we're going to become a snake in the jungle. We're going to become a cobra. So we're going to go down onto our tummies. And again, zip up your legs, glue them up tight, and then bring your hands underneath your shoulders and tuck your elbows in so they're hugging your ribs. And look down at your mat. Now there's two ways of doing cobra. You can just either just bring your head straight up, still looking at the mat, which is really good for not crunching your neck and your head. Or if you've got a bit more flexibility in your head, you can come up and look up. But that has a tendency to crunch your neck and your shoulders. So I tend to just bring my head up and look straight down at the same time. So it's a very small movement. You're not doing press-ups. Your forearms should stay on the floor, but you're just imagining someone's got a string between your shoulder blades and they're pulling it up, which is really exercising your upper back and making sure that your neck stays nice and long. And if you want, you can do a little snake kiss. Maybe coordinate it with your out breath. So breathe in as you come up. And breathe out.
What a rattlesnake.
Oh, it could be a rattlesnake, couldn't it? Oh, that's a bit scary, all that hissing. I don't think I'd want to meet a cobra in the jungle, would you?
Definitely not a rattlesnake.
Definitely not a rattlesnake, no. Okay, so at night, the bats tend to come out in the jungle. So for bats, we're going to do this pose, which is a wide-legged forward bend. So we're going to bring your feet wide, not so wide, but you're going to fall over.
Or do the split.
Or do the splits. Have your legs pointing outwards, your feet pointing outwards. And then bend forward. And then I'm going to just go through the instructions while I'm standing up, just in case you can't hear me when I'm down with my head facing away from you. And then you move from the center to one foot and then the other and then back to the center. Okay, so I might actually turn around to do this so that when I bend over, I'm actually looking at you, at the camera, okay? So I'm going to start off not facing you.
Oh.
Okay, never mind. So I'm going to bend right down and look down. And so you come down as far as you can. If you get your hands on the floor, great. If you can get your forearms on the floor, even better. You might even be able to get more, but I can only get my hands on the floor. And then move to one side. So bring both your hands to one foot and see whether you can get your head to touch your knee. And then move to the other side and see if you can get that head to touch your knee. And hold that for a couple of seconds. And then go back to the middle. See if you can go a little bit further down now that you stretch from one side to the other. And then bring your hands through behind your feet if you can, through the gap in the middle, and see if you can make it a further stretch. So I always like to think there's a bat pose of like being a bat hanging upside down on the branches. And then slowly come up.
No.
So I'm not sure, maybe you just got a good view of my bottom there and not much else. Hopefully you got to see how that pose worked. It's really good for stretching out these bits, your hamstrings, these bits at the back of your legs. How did you find that one, Rosa?
Good. Now I'm super sleepy.
Rosa's super sleepy today. We're trying to wake her up with all these different jungle animals. Okay, so we're now going into see what insects are in the jungle, because there's plenty of insects.
Spiders, bugs.
We're going to go and see the praying mantis first of all. Do you know what praying mantis looks like, Rosa?
Isn't it kind of like you used to know yogurts or praying mantis?
An actual praying mantis. Do you know what an actual praying mantis looks like?
It's green and it's always bent knees and it's always jumping like from grass to grass.
Yeah, that's pretty similar.
And it's got quite straight face, kind of.
Yeah, has got quite a straight face. It's a little bit like a grasshopper, but much bigger. But they're sort of they've got big legs, are always bent that they rub, and they've got long bodies. So for praying mantis, we go down and we try and keep our backs as straight as possible, so we're not leaning forward. But nice straight backs. It's a balancing pose, and we put our hands in prayer position and our elbows are in between our legs. And you can see that I'm just balancing on my tiptoes, but you might be able to do it on your feet. So Rosa, you come over here and show them how. Can you get your feet on the screen if you move further back? That's it. So, and elbows inside the knees. That's it. So you might be able to do what Rosa can do, which is feet flat on the floor and nice straight back and in prayer position. And that's praying mantis pose. If you've got tight hamstrings like mine, then you'll only be able to go on the top of your toes. And that's okay too. It's practice. And the more you practice, the lower your heels will get. And I hope one day I might be able to get my heels on the floor too.
Keep doing it every day.
Yeah, possibly. So we're going to do butterfly pose next.
Oh, yay.
So for butterfly pose, we are, I can just about get my feet in. We bring our feet together and we hold our toes. Now, if you want to make it more, if you come back a little bit, then we can see your feet, Rosa. If you want to make it harder, bring your feet closer to your body. If you want to make it easier, move your feet away from your body.
This is how far we can get in without.
Yeah, I know. And so you can also flutter your butterfly wings. And if you're really flexible and your hip muscles are really flexible, you might be able to get your knees on the floor. I don't think either of us can do that. It just depends on how flexible you are. And it's not a competition. It doesn't matter if you can't. As you can see, I can get one knee further down than the other knee because we're all unique and we all have different levels of flexibility. Some of us are more naturally flexible than others, and some of us have led different lives. Well, we've all led different lives, which means we have our muscles have experienced different things and might not stretch as far as others. But this is a really good exercise for stretching those hip muscles, the muscles that attach the legs to the hips, and making what's called a hip opener. So let's keep fluttering our butterfly wings for a little bit as we imagine that we're a butterfly going through the jungle. I would be a big blue emperor butterflies because I love them. They're massive. They're about the size of your hand and they're a really bright electric blue. What would you be, Rosa?
I'd be a cabbage butterfly.
Cabbage white?
Yeah.
Why would you be a cabbage white?
Because I just like how small they are and how white they are, and I like white.
Yeah. Very pretty, and you get to see them lots, don't you?
They have little tiny green spots.
Oh,
not like colour them up, but like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. They are. I certainly like them when there's like a flurry of them that kind of rise from the fields when you're walking in the countryside. That's really nice. Okay, so we've been doing butterfly pose, or should have been doing butterfly pose for a little while now. So we have to be a bit careful in the jungle because creeping through the trees, oh, watch out behind you, Rosa. There's a lion. So we're going to do lion's breath. So this isn't a yoga pose, it's more of a breathing practice where you get to make some really silly faces, and I think that's why I enjoy it so much. It's really good for stretching your face muscles as well. So first of all, we need our big lion claws are up scaring people. And then we open our mouth as wide as we can. And we stick our tongues as far as we can. And we go and make some funny lion huffing noises. We go, ha, ha, ha. If you'll at least try to, and not, if like Rosie, you might just start laughing. Because it is a bit of a funny thing to do. We'll do it one more time. That's lion's breath for you. Okay, finally, we're going to pretend that we are a rock in the jungle, or perhaps we're a turtle in the jungle by going into clam position, which is a really good one for finishing off the sequence. And for this clam, I'm going to do, or a child, we're going to do extended, wide legged. So I'm moving my legs out, creating lots of space in the middle, and I'm bringing my head forward onto the mat, my bottom still on my feet, and I'm bringing my hands straight forward and keeping them nice and active. I'm pressing them on the floor and I'm pushing away with my hands and really stretching my back and letting gravity pull me down to the ground. So just imagining that I'm a sleepy old turtle, just hiding under my shell, letting the jungle life carry on around me while I just get a little snooze in the midday sun. And we're just going to stay here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then slowly, like a tortoise, come up.
I didn't want to get out from that pose.
It is a really relaxing pose. It probably is one of my favourite poses.
Oh, no, I'm even more sleepy.
Okay, I think it's about time Rosa went off for a little snooze.
Oh, yeah.
So, thank you for watching our jungle yoga sequence. Now, if you're not going to do another sequence, check out one of our relaxation videos just to end your little yoga session this morning. And we look forward to seeing you on our next video. Bye-bye.